You've just caught me having a brew actually, so I'll just have a sip of this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a chat with, well we all are, we're going to have a chat with people and just about metal detecting or whatever. Right, so I tell you what, I'm going to have a chat with a good mate of mine, Little John, metal detecting, right? Just in case I forget to put a link in the video. Little John, metal detecting. He's a good lad and all that. So, you know, give him a bit of support if you can. I tell you what, yeah, I'll pass it over to John. He's just over there, sat in his living room or something. Right, John, carry on, mate.
Well, good morning everyone, Little John here, and today I've been asked a few questions by one of my friends, Tom Wood. So let's go and have a look at the questions that he's got. Okay, so question number one. Most metal detectorists like history. If I could travel in a time machine, what era in history would I most likely to go back to and why? Well, the answer to that one, Tom, is the Victorian times, as it was an era of the British Empire, and they had such amazing architecture and splendid fashion styles, but it was the life and styles of living that really interested me, compared to today's living, where children back then used to go to work, as opposed to these days where they go to school. And it would also give me a really good chance to get some of the hard to find coins for my coin collection.
Right, fair enough. The Victorian times. Now that's, I mean, I suppose it could be good in them times, but it was also rough for people as well, you know. Especially like the lower class people and all that. And then of course you had that bloke, didn't you, running around. What was his name? Jack someone. Oh, that's it, Jack the Ripper. You had him running about. So yeah, but fair enough. Right, where are we up to, John?
Right, question number two. If I could find anything at all, not a hoard, but a single find, what would it be? Well, this is quite an easy one, as I've recently just found one of my two lifetime dream finds, which was a Celtic stater, a little gold coin. But the other one has to be a Bronze Age axe head. I don't know what it is about them. I just imagine digging a deep hole and see this really dark green patina on the ancient axe head staring back at me saying, "Save me!"
Yeah, that gold stater that John found was a lovely coin. So John's kindly given me permission to put the clip up of him finding it, and then you see it in the roundup or wrap up, as they say in the US. And but it's a lovely coin, and it's a pretty old one and all, really. So yeah, we'll do that anyway. Right, mate. Next.
Okay, on to question number three. What is the best animal you've encountered while metal detecting, and what is the worst animal I've encountered while metal detecting? The best animal, probably a little old hedgehog. He was having a good old munch in some grass, and I crept up close to him to film him, and while I was filming him, he just stood still like a little statue, all frozen, and I couldn't get him to move at all, and it was like if he stood still I couldn't see him. Funny little thing he was. And the worst animal, probably not the worst, but I'd probably say dangerous, has to be a badger. They're really nice to see, because you don't see many of them these days. And I was actually out metal detecting in a woodland and stopped off to have a little sandwich, cup of tea, and actually found out that was sat on top of a badger's set. So I'm happily having my cup of tea, and all I can hear from underneath me is a lot of scuffles and scurrying about, and I thought, hang on a minute here, they're either after me or my sandwiches. So I quickly packed up and slowly backed away and finished off metal detecting in the fields. But yeah, that's probably the best and the worst that I've come across anyway.
Oh wait, John, I knew he'd messed that one up. I told him, say a unicorn and an elephant, make it interesting, you know. And what did he say? A hedgehog and a badger. Oh, I don't know, John. Anyway, fair enough. You like hedgehogs and badgers, which I do myself actually. Anyway, I'm grabbing it now. So are we going back to John or what? Or is he finished now? No, he hasn't finished. He's just shouted me across from his living room there. So alright, let's nip back to John.
Well, thanks for your questions, Tom. It was a pleasure to join in, and for all of you out there, all the best, good luck, happy hunting from Little John Metal Detecting.
Righty-o, mate. I appreciate that, John. So you get the idea. We're going to do things like that. They won't all be the same questions. You know, some might be, I don't know, what colour boxer shorts do you wear? I don't know. We just make it up as we go along, you know. So I'd like to thank John. As I say, he's a really nice bloke, and he's very helpful and all. If he can help you, he'll help you. So that's it for now. Let's call it a wrap, and I'll get on here and see if I can find anything. Okay, catch us all soon. See you for now.